Touchdown, Alabama, let's get it.
The process, no one can stop this. Hottest show in the streets, I bet you can't top this. Rammer, jammer, yellow hammer, come see how we rock this. Alabama fans the best, there's no way you can top this. Recruiting news and interviews, just sit back and watch this.
Recruiting news and interviews, just sit back and watch this.
The process.
Welcome into The Process, Crimson Tide Recruiting, Touchdown Alabama's premier recruiting show. I'm your host, Justin Smith, the scouting and recruiting analyst, Touchdown Alabama magazine. The process is continuing to flow and continue to roll as recruiting information continues to flow and continues to push forward. We have another big time show on tap today for you guys, as I'll be joined by another guest, another recruit. Alabama is recruiting very hard in the 2021 recruiting class. When it comes to the quarterback position, we will be joined by four-star quarterback Miller Moss out of California, who Alabama is recruiting very hard in the 2021 recruiting cycle. I'll also provide you guys with some recruiting updates, so that's exactly where we're going to go to next. Provide you guys with those recruiting updates, then we will dive into our conversation with Miller Moss. While you're here, be sure to subscribe to Touchdown Alabama on YouTube. Stay updated on everything Alabama football recruiting with The Process and yours truly, and also subscribe to touchdownalabama.com. We are now going to go right into our recruiting updates. So with that being said, let's get the process started. I have a couple of recruiting updates to provide you guys. Alabama did offer a couple of 2022 prospects on Wednesday. I did write an article on that. You guys can check out the link to that article in the description of this video, where I break down all of the recruits who received an offer from the University of Alabama on Wednesday. I recently caught up with one of those guys, and Shaz Peterson, a four-star wide receiver out of Louisiana. He broke down some of the things he likes about Alabama, talks about some past experiences that he has had with Nick Saban, as he's attended a lot of Nick Saban's football camps in the past. So I'll drop the link to that article in this description of this video as well. Alabama did miss out on a recruit recently in the 2021 recruiting class when it comes to five-star defensive end Thomas HUDl actually announced his verbal commitment to Ohio State. This is a huge surprise to many. I think this announcement that blindsided a lot of people. This is a kid who when I got a chance to talk with him, he always talked about Alabama being at the top of his recruitment, Alabama being a school that he was heavily considering. And I think the fact that he announced his commitment to Ohio State blindsided a lot of people. I don't think no one saw this one coming, and if it was coming, HUDl did say he was going to announce his commitment on August 1st. So everyone was expecting him to hold off his commitment to August 1st before his senior season started. Never really expected him to announce his commitment this early. Alabama was expected to host him in the month of March, but as you guys know, they were unable to due to the recruiting restrictions put in place due to concerns over COVID-19, the coronavirus. So that is some huge news in my mind, because I feel Thomas HUDl was one of Alabama's top defensive end targets in the 2021 recruiting class. I feel Alabama's going to keep pushing forward. I think they're going to try to continue to stay in contact with them. Hopefully they can possibly get him on campus for an official visit, because he was expected to visit the University of Alabama in March. So maybe Alabama will get him on campus in the future for a visit, and we'll continue to recruit him as well. But they will also continue to recruit some other guys who are not committed at other schools, and possibly try to bring in one of those guys as well. So HUDl did announce his verbal commitment to Ohio State recently, one of Alabama's top defensive end targets in the 2021 recruiting class. I also recently caught up with one of Alabama's other defensive line targets in the 2021 recruiting class, Quinn Barnes, a product of Robert E. Lee Montgomery High School in Montgomery, Alabama. Alabama offered him in March, and they have remained in contact with them since then. I will release the article about the interview I had with Quinn Barnes on touchdownalabama.com shortly, and I'll drop the link in the description of this video as well. So those are the recruiting updates I want to provide you guys with. Recruiting is flowing, as you guys can see. It's continuing to move forward. Alabama's coaching staff is hitting the recruiting trail hard. They are in contact with several guys every day. They are putting in the work. I think it's going to pay off in the future once they decide on the guys they want to accept a verbal commitment from. So those are the recruiting updates I want to provide. We're going to go to our conversation with Miller Moss, a four-star quarterback out of California in the 2021 recruiting class. We are now joined by Miller Moss, four-star quarterback out of California, one of the quarterbacks Alabama is recruiting in the 2021 recruiting class. It is a pleasure for us to be joined by Miller on today. Miller, how's it going? And I wanted to talk to you specifically about your recruitment, especially about Alabama recruiting you. But before we dive into that, how's everything going with your family dealing with the global pandemic that COVID-19 has caused?
Right, yeah. I mean, it's definitely something that none of us can prepare for. So, I mean, I would say it's difficult for all of us, but I think I've been really lucky just in the fact that me and my family are healthy and I've been able to train and stuff like that. So, like I said, I'm just really grateful to be safe and healthy and being able to still work on the stuff that I love and be able to have the opportunity to continue to train. And hopefully we get to return to normal life sooner rather than later.
Well, that is good to hear, Miller. And the next question I wanted to ask you was, I know a lot of schools are in constant contact with you throughout this recruiting dead period. Which schools are reaching out to you the most?
Yeah, I mean, I would say the four that I'm in contact with the most are Alabama, USC, and UCLA.
Yeah, with Alabama's contact, I know Alabama's offensive coordinator, Steve Sarkisian, has been in contact with you as of late. But what has their message been, Alabama's coaching staff? What has their message been to you?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, me and Coach Stark are both from Southern California, so we have that relationship. It's been really good. And I've been able to talk with Coach Stark and Coach Saban a good amount. Their main message to me is they want me to be the guy to kind of headline their class. I mean, obviously, their class doesn't have a lot of commits yet, but I think that's because they're being really selective as to like who they take. So yeah, their main message to me is just that they really see me at Alabama and they want me to be their headliner for their 2021 class.
Okay, and I know with you considering Alabama, I know that you've seen the way Alabama uses their wide receivers and the way that they allow their quarterbacks to throw the football over the last couple of seasons. What does that mean to you to know that they want you to be a part of that, to be one of their quarterbacks in that explosive offense that Alabama currently has under Sarkisian?
No, absolutely. I mean, I think it's a once in a lifetime opportunity to have the ability to be able to go play for Coach Saban and Coach Stark. I mean, obviously you see they had 4 first-round wide receivers last year. So I really think that it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I couldn't be more thankful for it.
Okay, and another question I wanted to hit you on was with you trying to get better each and every day. Do you train with Danny Hernandez?
I do, yeah. So me and Coach Danny go back 3 or 4 years. He's a great dude, and he really helped me a lot throughout the process.
Yeah, before we let you go, the last question we want to hit you on here is, what does the future of your recruitment hold? What do you see your recruitment future looking like at this very moment?
Right, yeah. I mean, obviously there's a lot of uncertainty kind of with the coronavirus and everything on, not only in football and recruitment, but just in the whole world. Yeah. As far as my recruitment, I'm trying to narrow it down to, like, I would say 4 or 5 schools. I don't foresee, like, me dropping any kind of top schools or anything like that. I may do that in week or next in the following week, but I don't see that happening in the next week or so or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, I'm really just trying to narrow it down and really find a place that fits me well, and I'm really excited to go to.
That's it for this episode of The Process. Thank you so much for joining us today, Miller, as always. Thank you guys so much for joining The Process on Touchdown Alabama's YouTube page. You guys be sure to subscribe to Touchdown Alabama on YouTube. Then go ahead and head over to touchdownalabama.com. Pick up a subscription. With that subscription, you will be able to get your hands on our yearly print magazine issue. You will also be able to read all of our subscriber-only articles and analysis. So be sure to pick up a subscription to Touchdown Alabama.com. Download the Touchdown Alabama app. It is located in the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store. So be sure to download the Touchdown Alabama app when you get a chance. As always, I am Justin Smith, the scouting and recruiting analyst for Touchdown Alabama magazine.
And watch this. The Process.